Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be ranking Kobe Bryant's top 10 plays of his career. And this is a very important day because it is the start of my training to become an NBA analyst, which is probably never going to happen, unfortunately. But, you know, so maybe Skip Bayless will see this one day. But yeah, I'm ranking Kobe Bryant's top 10 plays. So we'll get straight into it. At number 10, we have his fancy pass. He does a little behind the back, then he does a spin, and then he finishes off. So it's like a Magic Johnson type pass. And yeah, I definitely think this is the best pass of his career. It just looks really cool. So that has earned the number 10 spot. Coming in at number 9, we have the famous saying. I mean, it's not really, I don't know, I just seen this clip 100 times. So it's the one where Kobe drives baseline and the commentator goes, "Buckle up for Kobe Bryant." It's a pretty cool moment. It's like a reverse windmill type dunk. Dunks over about 2 people. And yeah, you know, after, you know, watching old Kobe for a few years at the end of his career, you kind of forget how bouncy he was back in his day, you know, dunking on 2 people. So yeah, that is the number 9 spot. At number 8, we have his posterizer on Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard, as you guys know, he's probably like 17'9", 17'10". He's a pretty tall dude. And he's also one of the best defenders of all time. If you like it or not, he is one of the best defenders of all time in his prime. And yeah, it doesn't really matter to Kobe. Kobe just dunks on him, and he kind of sits on him for a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the most disrespectful dunks I've ever seen. And that is why it is the number 8 spot. At number 7, his rookie, I think it was his rookie season. I'm like 98% sure it was his rookie season. But he takes off just inside the free throw line. And yeah, he kind of makes a guy fall over with a dunk. You know, his big extension with the arm. And yeah, this is when Kobe was extremely athletic. All these dunks, he has some of the craziest dunks ever. But yeah, young Kobe was just different. Number 6. So number 6, this is probably one of the best dunks I've ever seen. This is when Kobe catches it on like the fast break with the outlet pass, and he does a behind the back move, and then he does a reverse dunk, and the commentator says, "What did I just see?" And yeah, it was one of the best dunks I've ever seen. I didn't see it live, obviously. I probably wasn't even born. You know, I was born in the year 2000. I don't know what year that was. It was probably like 2003, so I was probably a little baby. But yeah, that was definitely one of the best dunks I've ever seen. And I watch that clip all the time, actually. Alright, so now we're getting into the juicy stuff. This is the stuff I like talking about. The game winners. Alright, so this is number 5, by the way. Kobe Bryant's last game. So his last game, he had 60 points. And he scored like the last 12 points. He scored like 12 points or something in 3 minutes. He hits the game winner. Like, I just remember watching this live. I'll never forget this game. Like, you just like seeing Kobe get into the zone. And when Kobe gets into the zone, there's no stopping him. So yeah, this is the number 5 spot. Kobe's last game, like the last 2 minutes. We'll just put the whole last 2 minutes as like the number 5 spot. At number 4, we have the buzzer beater that haunts D Wade to this day. So D Wade, he always jokes about this game winner. It's Kobe Bryant's one-legged fadeaway, and he banks it in. I have no idea how he made this shot. To be honest, I think Kobe Bryant is probably the only player in NBA history that would actually be able to make that shot. Like, it's just a stupid shot, really. As in, like, how did he make that? Like, no one else is making that shot. One-legged fadeaway, banks it in, and yeah, that was just that's just what Kobe did. So that's why that's the number 4 spot. All right, coming in at number 3. So this game just summed up Kobe's career. I think it was in 2013 against the Raptors. The Lakers are down by 5, and Kobe Bryant, he makes 3 impossible threes to tie the game in the last 2 minutes. Like, every single shot was a tough shot. Like, the first one, he like fakes, and he's like, oh, the defender is all over him, and he makes the 3. And you know, every single shot, it was just better than the last one. He makes 3 of them to get into overtime, and then he wins in overtime. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Kobe games ever, just because, you know, when he wants the ball, there's nothing stopping him from shooting. Okay, so that's just what he does. And yeah, that's the number 3 spot. Kobe Bryant's comeback against the Raptors. At number 2, so I was gonna put this at the number 1 spot, but I just couldn't. But he hits 2 of the craziest game-winning and tie game shots you'll ever see in your life. So the first shot's just ridiculous. There's nothing else you can say about that. That's just a ridiculous shot. He fakes, he leans like in towards the hoop and hits one of the craziest threes you'll ever see to tie the game. And then in overtime, there's about a second left. And yeah, Kobe just drains it for the win. And this was an important game too, because if they lost this, they would have finished the 4th seed in the West. And if they win, they would have finished the 2nd seed. And obviously, heading into the playoffs, you would much rather be the 2nd seed, just because later on in like the conference finals, you want to get those extra home games. But yeah, this is probably like this could have been the number 1 spot, but you guys are about to see. I feel like everyone knows what's about to be number 1. But yeah, this is the number 2 spot. Coming in at number 1, we have his game tying shot against the Suns, and then his game winner in overtime against the Suns. So the first one they force a steal, then Kobe hits like this little floater type shot to tie the game. This is in the playoffs, by the way. And then Kobe Bryant in overtime, they get the tip. There was a jump ball. They got the jump ball on Steve Nash. And then, yeah, Kobe Bryant runs up, shoots, goes to his spot, goes to his favorite spot on the court, shoots a midi, and it's nothing but net. And this is a good shot because this is one of the shots that made me fall in love with basketball. When I used to like watch old highlights and stuff when I first started watching basketball, this is the one that really stood out. This was the highlight that I just watch over and over again. And this is one of the reasons Kobe became one of my favorite players. So thank you, Kobe, for that. And then, yeah. So that's the number 1 spot. This is his top 10 players. If you guys agree, drop a like. If you disagree, let me know what you disagree with. And, yeah. This is his top 10 players, and I'm out.